What's going on, guys? It's Jordan here again with another video, and boy oh boy has it been a long time since I've done a video. So just to get out of the way, I'm currently using my phone right now. This is the front-facing camera. So if you catch me looking over here, that's because I'm using the front-facing camera. And also the quality might not be as good because yeah, that's just how the industry is. But nonetheless, I'm back in London now. I've driven back from Bristol once again, sitting outside my house, and I am exhausted. I'm so exhausted. And the reason why I haven't uploaded in a little while is because, I mean, as I said in the last video, I'm going to take a quick, like a short break, just because I'm not going to be going to Bootsales and stuff during my exams, blah, blah, blah. And I wanted to, focus on revision and studying. So it's now June the 16th, I think. It's a Tuesday. Um, and I finished my exams about 2 weeks ago, but I've been trying to go to Bootsales for the past 2 weeks. And similar to today, if you can see the sky out there, like bad, horrible weather. I haven't been able to catch a break. All the boot sales have been closed, and it's just been a nightmare. Up until not yesterday, but day before, Sunday, whatever the day was. Me and my mum, we went to a boot sale in Hounslow, so like back home in London, and we were there to sell stuff, not to buy stuff. So I didn't record any of that. I didn't really think to because it's like a family thing. I was out of mum, and I got a few pictures if you want to see. I bought a bunch of Skylander toys, and that's it. That's it. I bought about 100 Skylanders and some games and like the Skylanders bags, but that's about it. And hopefully I can sell all of that. I'm gonna show pictures of that in a sec from eBay and boot sale stuff. But yeah, I mean, because I haven't been out in a while and I don't really know where else to make a video on, I thought I would do a quick Q&A just to explain some of the questions that you guys have been asking me. Like, I've had a lot of friends recently come to me and be like, "Oh, Jordan, I recently discovered your YouTube channel. It's quite good. I like your videos. But how effective is it? How, can you make money every week from boot sales? Is this like a thing? How do I get into it? How do I get involved?" And things like that. So I thought today, maybe not right now because this rain's starting to bug me, but at some point today, I'm gonna reel off some questions, give you guys some answers, and that will be all of episode 6, I guess. So stay tuned for that. What is going on, guys? It's Jordan here again with another video, and I say that as if this isn't the second part of a video I've already started. But so I'm sitting here now. This is my third attempt today to make this video. I hope this one works out. The first 2 times I did it, well, one time there wasn't enough questions, so I was like, I'll do it again when I get more questions. And then the second time I recorded it all like 20 minutes ago, and then put the memory card into my computer and it was corrupted. So I'm going to run through it again, and hopefully this time we'll get some nice questions and answers going regarding this whole boot sale flip challenge thingy. So before I start, actually, I bought a microphone for this. It's over there somewhere. But when I plugged into my camera, I think that might be the reason why it corrupted. Because I've never had the issue before. And I tried it again a minute ago and the same thing happened. So I'm going to assume it was the microphone's fault. That's why the quality for this video might not be as good, but nonetheless, let me get the questions up and then we'll dive straight into it. So no surprise to me, obviously, most of these questions were to do with money. So I filtered through some of them. The reason why I didn't have enough questions the first time, actually, I should say, is that I was going off of what 2 or 3 of my friends said. I just saw them on the street and said, "Oh, I found your videos, blah, blah, blah. What do you think about this?" So I thought, instead of just going off the 3, 4 questions I had, let me go around, ask more people, get more questions in, and think more about how I want to answer them. So the most common question was, how consistent is it? Is it like a weekly thing? Can you do it? Can you actually make a lot of money by doing this? And the truth is, depending on where you are, it's fairly consistent. For me, as you can probably tell from these videos, it's not amazingly consistent. I mean, all it takes is one drop of rain and suddenly all of the boot sales are cancelled, and that means that's a whole week of no income for you. So it depends. I suppose it's probably better elsewhere in the world, like in the US, for example. It's obviously a much bigger landscape. But in the UK, it's hearsay. It's not so good. If you want to scale up and you want to buy everything at every boot sale, then yeah, you have the chance to technically make year-long money just by going out once if you're willing to do that. For me, I only buy what I can as and when, with like £50 max. I usually go out around £50. And that way, I'm kind of relying on it always being open. If it's ever closed, that means I can't spend any money, and it means I can't make any money. But obviously, as I said, if you just spend all your money at once, you buy everything and you just sell it on as you go by, then you can make it more sustainable. But it all comes down to how much you're willing to put in. This also leaks into the second question. People ask me, like, how can you scale it up and make more money from it? As I was just saying, literally buy everything. So for me, I only buy the things that I think are worth money, or not even that. I buy the things I think I like. Be it Hot Wheels cars or Skylanders I got the other day. I picked up a Wii for free. I get a lot of Skyboxes and things like that I have a history with. I might pick up or buy and then sell on. But if you really wanted to make money, you can literally buy anything. You can buy printers or lamps, mugs, plates will go for money. You can get like all sorts of electronics, like phones, speakers, headphones, things like that. Everything sells if you just find a market for it. So it comes down to how much work you're willing to put in and how much energy you want to put out into it. Because obviously, everything you put in, you can get out tenfold if you're just clever with it. So that's that answer. People ask how I find Bootsales. Now that is an interesting question. So it's hard actually. There's this new thing. I don't know if everyone has it. It's a new thing. It's called the internet. So I go on this thing called the internet. I go into a platform called Google and I type in Bristol boot sales and things come up. I mean, I'm taking the mick obviously, but it is literally that simple. Go into Google, type in boot sales in Bristol, boot sales in Bath, wherever you are, or citywide garage sales in London or something, and then things come up. Click on it, find out where you want to go to, and it's literally that simple. So, like, I don't know what else I can say. Just Google it. Googling. It's funny, like, Google and the internet in general is so powerful. We just need to learn how to use it properly and how to actually use it when we have problems instead of just, like, I don't know when else people will go onto it, but yeah. So that's 4 questions. Someone else asks how much money I can actually make realistically. To me, like, I think my best month I made about 600. No, that's a lie. Probably about £300-400, right, in profits, and that's because I was out every week, boot sale, and during the week I was picking up things for free as well. So I had so much going on eBay. I had things going for a lot of money, and because I've got a limit of 100 listings a month, I had to pick the items that I knew were going to make more money as opposed to the things that would, like, so it was more about quantity as opposed to percentages. Whereas now it's all percentage yield. I'd rather spend £1 and sell it for £5 than spend 100 and make 120, because even though 120 is a big number, it's only 20% yield compared to 400% if I sell it for £1 up to £5. So that's the way I'm thinking now, all about percentages, because obviously for the sake of the challenge, it's about growing money week in, week out. But the most I've made is, like I said, about £300-400, and that's because I didn't care about percentage yield. I just cared about, it was no net spend. It was literally just getting the money out as quickly as possible. So that's that answer. I don't want to, speculate too much, but I feel like you can make in the region of about £80,000 a year if you're super vigilant, picking up everything you want and listing it every single day, posting it ASAP. And if you get a real machine going, technically speaking, you can make as much as, like, you can make loads and loads of money this way. Because unlike traditional jobs, this isn't about how much hours you put in, it's about your performance basically. So, and it's how much money you're willing to spend. So if you buy loads of Hot Wheels cars for £1 and you sell them all for £100, you can then buy something for £100, sell it for 120. Then you can buy something for 120, sell it for 160, and you can keep going up and up and up. So technically there is no roof. If you can make 10 grand by doing this, technically speaking, you could put that 10 grand towards a deposit on a house and get a mortgage and then redo that house, like model it up and then sell that house and then remortgage it, for your money back. You can turn small amounts of money into hundreds of thousands if you're just really calculated and smart about it. Obviously that's a massive exaggeration. You can't turn 10k into 300,000. But yeah, literally, if you're smart with it, you can make as much as you want if you know what you're doing, if you know how to invest, and if you know where to put your time, money, and effort. As I mentioned before, I assume I mentioned before, if you go to areas of high value, like London obviously has a much larger like cost of living, for example, than Watford for me in the UK, or somewhere like Birmingham will obviously a much higher average hourly rate there than like in Norwich, for example. So you're going to want to go where you can get the most high value products because, money, basically, because money. The more money people earn, the more they're going to spend, and the higher value, like the cap value is, for example, like someone who doesn't make much isn't going to sell something that's worth a lot, whereas someone who makes millions of pounds is going to see something that's worth 100 as nothing, as garbage, take it away. So that's how you got to be if you really want to make the most of it. Next question was, how do I scale it up? I mentioned that already. People asked about fees and petrol and tax and stuff. So in the UK, I understand in the US it's like you have city-wide garage sales, so you have to drive from spot to spot, as you saw in Gary V's video. But in Gary V's series, sorry. But in the UK, we don't really have that. So we have Bootsales, well, as far as I've seen between London and Bristol anyway. And when you go to Bootsales, what you have is someone will rent out a whole grass field, a big area, and then people will come park on that field for a fee and sell things out of their boot. That's why it's called a boot sale. So I go to one site and there's like hundreds of cars there. That's my job done. I don't bother driving from spot to spot. It's just one place. And that way, it's like my local one's about 3 miles away. Easter Compton's probably the furthest one from Bristol. And I don't know, probably like 10 miles max driving up north and coming back down. So I want to say 10 miles average I spend per week on boot sales, which is like £2 worth of petrol. So that's really, really not a big deal. If you want to put £10 aside for petrol each month, that's probably how much I pay in fees. eBay fees are 10%. PayPal, I believe, is $3.75. Don't quote me on that. Just Google it. It's not too hard. It's on the website. But I haven't been accommodating that into my series so far because I feel like it's not super relevant. Obviously, in the future, when I make more and more money, I'm going to take it into consideration just to show that I can actually make that much money. But as of right now, I don't think it's that big a deal. But it's something to be wary of if you do go onto eBay and start selling things yourself. However, eBay always have promotions running, right? Whether it be half price listing fees or £1 selling fees, and all these things make it easier to cut back and save more money. Which is why, for example, the Charles Dickens books at the moment, they're not on my account. They haven't sold yet, but I don't want to put them up now, so I got to pay the full 10%. I'd rather wait a week until the next promotion comes on, and then just pay £1 max, and that'll be, that's an easy way to make £9 technically, because £1 saved is £1 made. That's the way you got to think about things. Yeah. So the next question, tax. I think I said this before. I feel like I say this every video, but I probably don't. Is that you only pay tax if you make above a certain amount. So in the UK, that's 12,500, I believe. And I'm not making 12 grand a year on boot sales, so I don't pay any tax. Obviously, if you're in that bracket and you are paying tax, then pay it. Like, it's not difficult. I don't know all the specifics right now because it doesn't apply to me, but you can just Google search how tax works. Obviously, you got to do your returns every now and then. This would come under self-employed tax bracket. I don't know all that much about it, but do your research yourself, and that's all I can say for now. Okay, so the next question is, how do I smash that like button? And it's pretty damn easy. Scroll down, smash it right now before I forget to mention it again. And yeah. Next, actually, before I go on, I don't know if you notice this light here, because the light that I usually use in the back is, obviously in the back, and that messes up, everything. That's a basic fundamental for any photography or cinematics or whatever. So I've got a lamp here. It's literally just a lamp beaming off the wall. I feel like I look really orangey yellow. Like I've got a screen on the side here, but we're getting there. We're getting there. The microphone, obviously, as I said at the beginning, is a problem, but we've got good lighting at least. So yeah, let's get back into it. How can I get involved? People asked. Literally just Google search the nearest boot sale and go to it. It's not that difficult. Kind of related back to the fees thing, the biggest expense is going to be the money you invest in the first place. So make sure you have money to take into the boot sale with, and that's money that's not going to impact you in a negative way in the short term. And then just go. Like for me, I learned over time just by going and buying things. I'm like, okay, I bought this, it didn't sell, so next time I'm not going to buy it. Or I bought this and it sold for a lot, so I'm going to buy more of those. Or learning your margins, learning things that sell quickly and things that take longer to sell. Like Hot Wheels cars don't always go the first time. Sometimes you get a bunch of watchers and no bids, and it takes about 3 or 4 listings. Whereas things like video games and phones kind of sell instantly. So it's about figuring out how much time you have, how much money you have, how much you're willing to invest, and just what the willingness to learn, I guess. You can actually go onto eBay yourself and just scroll through things and see how much things are selling for, as I've mentioned 1,000 times. And yeah, like just go to Bootsales with money, obviously learn the trade, and then it will just you learn on the job. There's not much I can say really, because I feel like I've shown most of it on the video anyway. You go, if you see something you like, you not Google search, you eBay search it, see what it's worth, and then you try and negotiate down to get it as cheap as possible, naturally. And then, yeah, you buy it, you take it home, you take pictures of it, put it on eBay, you find what they're currently selling for, not the ones that are uplisted, but the ones that have actually sold. And then I generally like to undercut that by about 50 to 20%, because that way people that are eager will be like, oh look, this is underpriced, and then they'll bid on it, and then 10 more people will do that. And things generally go for the average anyway, because people will keep bidding up until that point. But what you tend to find is that there's always people out there with massive egos that want to get into a bidding war, and you end up selling something that's worth £10 for like 15 because two people just wanted to go at it. So that's the way. It is risky sometimes because you don't always get it up to the average. Sometimes people just buy, like, bid, and then it drops just below the average. For example, I sold FIFA 19 recently for £10, I think, 2 months ago, when at the time it was worth 16. So that's a big, £6 loss, which is like double what I made. Well, not literally, but almost. So yeah, it depends on the avenue you want to take. But you just got to bear that in mind when it comes to listing things on eBay. And the last one is, people always ask me this, and it's not even just recently, it's like over time. People say, why don't you market yourself? Why don't you make clickbait titles and thumbnails and stuff? And the truth is, I do not know how to. I don't want to do it now with zero knowledge and like ruin my credibility, because I feel like I have a lot more to lose right now than I do to gain, especially as a small channel. Like, if YouTube decides they don't like me, it's going to be impossible to get myself out there again later. And most of the people I can reach out to right now will be my friends, considering I got no money for the actual like ads and stuff. So if I show my friend a video and they say I don't like it, or it's not really my taste, or they don't want to watch it in future, which, I mean, they should. You should support your boys, but I don't know, I feel like I've got a lot to lose right now. So I'd rather learn the trade more and then understand like why this title was good or why that thumbnail wasn't good before I just jump into it, because like I have zero knowledge right now. I've noticed a lot of creators at the moment are like they're changing thumbnails consistently, or they're always changing the title, because obviously YouTube is more and more about clicks. It's all about clickability, and the videos that rank the highest seem to be the ones with the most clickbait titles and thumbnails and stuff. So obviously at some point I am going to learn it, hopefully over the summer when I get more time. But like as of right now, I just don't want to ruin my credibility for this platform, especially because I'm not even doing it for the followers at the moment. I'm literally just creating things for the sake of doing it. This whole boot sale thing I thought would be fun just because it creates more of a narrative, I suppose. Whereas before, I'd kind of just get up one morning and be like, okay, I'll go today, or I'm too tired, I'm not going to go today. Whereas now it's like accountability. I actually got a story and trying to work towards something, and it makes it more rewarding and more fun. Like, it doesn't matter if I get 0 views or 1 million, it's not going to make a big difference to me. It's more about the actual going out to boot sales and buying things. So yeah, and obviously getting better at making these videos. So that's the best answer I can give in under an hour. So yeah, I mean, those are basically all the questions that I have, that I've asked around and added up. So yeah, all that's going to happen next, because I don't want this to be like a 20-minute video, even though it's about to be. I'll show you a screenshot of the Excel spreadsheet here. That way you can see what I've sold recently, how much I have available, how much I've bought in the last few weeks. Since I last recorded a video, I think I obviously got the Skylanders from Sunday last week. I got a Nintendo Wii for free. I got a HP printer for free. Actually, I haven't yet. I got to pick that up soon. But I've got a printer I'll show you soon. An A3 one, is quite big. And I think that's about it. So yeah, I mean, it's been fun doing this. Hopefully when I get more clout, I'll go onto Twitter and Instagram and I'll post like I'm doing questions and answers. Let me know what you want me to answer. As of right now, obviously, because I've only got a small following, it's more of just asking people in real life. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And yeah, have a look at the screenshots I got out here now. But yeah, that's it. In a bit. Peace!